Namaskar. Now we are going to talk about Jupiter and mount of Jupiter, at the same time finger, the strength of mount of Jupiter and its impact on people. So let us have a topic related to mount of Jupiter. So this is called mount of Jupiter, and this is mount of this is finger of Jupiter, this is mount of Jupiter. Okay. So when we are considering Jupiter as a finger, we need to see the length of the finger. If you're talking about the length of Jupiter finger, we need to see with the relative term called Saturn finger, which is next to Jupiter finger. We need to see the first phalanx. This is called phalanx. First phalanx, second phalanx, third phalanx. So when we are seeing Jupiter's finger length, we need to see whether it is crossing Saturn's first phalanx, or is it below, or is it near to that. So that decides the personality of Jupiter finger. So when we are seeing about Jupiter finger, what it really conveys is Jupiter involves one thing: leadership qualities, ambition, pride, at the same time being a commander in the area where he is working. If he is working in police, he always look for the highest post. At the same time, if he is in military area, he also look for being a commander. In politics, he wants to excel in being a ruler or a person who try to say something and people listen to it. That's the indication of Jupiter. So we need to see there are a lot of shades in this personality. Some people wants to do something like they want to lead people, and people accept them as a leader. In some cases, they want to really pose themselves as a leader, but they will not be acceptable by people. And some people are just a mediocre and they are not interested in being a forefront in the society. So how do we distinguish these personalities? So in that context, we are talking about shape of the finger and how the finger is aligned and where it is backing. Some fingers, they are more towards Saturn finger, and Saturn finger is also more towards Sun, and move on. At the same time, Jupiter finger, if it is tilting towards like this, and it says that it has its own individual this thing, and that qualities are different. So we'll just discuss in the course of time about what individual finger, what individual shape of a finger and where it is leaning, and it has its own quality. And next point, what we need to see is the color of the whole palm. And in colors, there are about 5 types. One is being pink, and the second is reddish, and another is yellow, and which is not applicable for mount of Jupiter. In some cases it is, but another thing is bluish shade. You know, when you say blue, it is not full blue, it is a shade of blue. So these 4 colors are there. So we need to apply each individual color for the finger and see how that has an impact. And one more aspect is there is one thing called apex. So apex is what I'll show you the diagram of what apex is. When apex is like a formation of few lines which is converging at one particular point, that is called apex. So when we see closely what is this apex and how it is being placed on mount of Jupiter mount, if it is placing towards the finger side, that is higher side of that mount of Jupiter, it has one quality. And another thing is it is in the mid, is second quality. Third thing is when apex is at the outer edge of the finger is another aspect. And the apex is towards mount of Saturn is indicates something else. And if the apex is under mount of headline towards headline, it indicates something else. At the same time, if apex is towards the lower phalanx of the mount of Jupiter, it indicates something else. So what I understand with this particular aspect is, when we are seeing a finger, we need to see 3 phalanxes. 1, This is called first phalanx, this is second phalanx, and third phalanx. So we need to consider what is the length of this phalanx, and what is the length of this phalanx, and what is the length of this phalanx. So first of all, I want to say upper portion is called mental world, second phalanx is called materialistic world, and third phalanx is called baser instincts aspect of it. So we need to add, other than this, in the first front what we have added is where the finger is leaning and how the position of the finger. Third thing is how apex is placed, and third is the fingers phalanxes, what's the size of it, and adding to that we need to add color. And one more aspect to the color is the shape of the finger tip. This is finger tip. So we need to see what is the tip. There are four types. One is square, second is spatulate, third is conic, and another is a mixed bud. So we need to see what tip is there, so that the tip quality has to be added to the finger. So this whole process of individual finger, when we are analyzing, why we are doing all these things is to go to the details. What is the context of a human being? What drives him the most? What is the inner personality of an individual? That helps him to understand himself better. So for today we are discussing about this, and next time I'll just talk about the Saturn finger. And extremely thank you. Please visit me vediccounseling.com, and you can also reach my number which has been written there, and thank you for that.